Let me briefly explain what happened in the case. I'll start from where when Minister Cele was appointed. He was appointed, I think it was around 2018. And then he called all the investigators. He called them and asked them, how far are you with the case? They told him, and then he dismissed all of them. And then he appointed Colonel Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubu. And those two, they worked very well on the case. And then on the following year, in 2019 February, they called me and said, we are done with the investigation. And we have spoken to Advocate Nzuke. He is going to take the case to court. According to the evidence that is on the docket, he said he's going to make an arrest. Soon after that, Nzuke was suspended. Why Nzuke was suspended? Because he wanted to arrest the right suspect. Every time on this case, when a person wants to do something that is right, some of the people who are in the high position, they do something wrong to that person. Colonel Kininda came. He said there's someone who wants to do a confession. He stopped the case from going to court. And where is that person? They sent Captain Aku to one of the prison down in Durban. They sent Captain Aku to take the prisoner to court. He went with the prisoner to court. And when they got to court, they said they're coming to do a confession. The magistrate told them straight that we are coming here to lie. Go out. You don't know what we are here for. Just go out. Then Captain Aku phoned Kenneth Tele, said, what is going on here? I was chased away from court. Then Tele is asking, who gave you instruction? Then Captain Aku said, it is Advocate Baloyi. Kenneth Tele went to Advocate Baloyi and asked him, Baloyi, you gave instruction to Captain Aku. Then Advocate Baloyi said, it is Colonel Kininda. Colonel Kininda said, someone was going to make a confession. Okay, and then after that, we had the story of these 5 suspects. That 5 suspects have been arrested. And we don't buy a story of those 5 suspects. You know, I've been working in the police service for 17 years, and my duty is to register docket on case. I read statements every day. You see on a docket where there's a hitman. When a hitman comes into your house, when you find 3 people in the house, he doesn't shoot the one person and then leave the other witnesses. He shoot all those people. I've never heard a story like this, where a hitman shoots one person with 1 bullet and leave him there. This person that is a mastermind. If he's a mastermind, he's paid. You can't shoot him with 1 bullet and leave the witnesses. And when I check on the system, all these 5 suspects are not charged. And another thing, these witnesses, some of the people who are inside the house, towards the Sentumel, I know them. They are my friends, and we're also friends. And he told me the story that they're all telling us. He said the person who entered the house was carrying a firearm with a wheel. A firearm with a wheel, it is a 38 special. Now Colonel Kininda is coming with the story that they found the firearm that killed Senzo. I asked them, what kind of a firearm is that? They said it's a 9mm. I asked them if a 9mm is a wheel. They said no. And then I asked them, how are you going to change the statement of those people inside the house? Because all of them, they said it's a 38 special. Now, where does this firearm come from? Because the people who are inside the house are telling a different story. One day I asked Tumelo Madlala, the one who was also inside the house. I showed him a photo of one of the 5 accused. I was just testing him, what he was going to say. I showed him on WhatsApp. I said, hey, is this the guy who shot my brother? He said, hey, no, I can't see clearly. Hey, because the other one was having dreadlocks. I can't see. I said, oh, okay. He said, but Colonel Kininda said he's going to call us for an ID parade. I said, how? I was amazed that those suspects have appeared twice in court, but the ID parade has not been done. I was so surprised. When the day Senzo was shot, Senzo, I'm not sure whether it's Ntogo or Tumelo who called me first. And when I answered the call, Tumelo said, hey, Senzo has been shot. I asked him, Senzo has been shot. How come Senzo is involved with the firearm? He said, no, it's true, he's been shot. I said, how? He never answered this question. It was not going to be difficult to tell me that suspect came inside the house and shot my brother. That was not going to be difficult. It is difficult because they are making up a story. No, these people are lying. They must be charged. All these people who are inside the house, they must go to court and tell us what happened. And while I was still talking to Tumel, someone grabbed the phone and said, yeah, it's true. Senzo has been shot and is lying down. I said, how? He said, he has been shot. Senzo was shot. They never answered this. Before this 5 arrests, Colonel Chelezi and Warrant Officer Makubo went to Durban to take a statement from, let me not mention who, to take a statement from one of the people who's my relative. And that person said, okay, I was called on the day Senzo was shot, and I spoke to Tumelo, and Tumelo said, Senzo was shot by mistake. They said, wow, serious? They said, yeah. And that person said, it's not the first time I'm making this statement. They said, who else did you give this statement? He said, I gave the statement to Colonel Kininda. They said, how? Kininda never told us that he took a statement from you. And when they called Kininda and they asked Kininda, did you take a statement from this person? He said, no, I've never met that person. And that statement was stolen on that docket. And another thing that these investigators are doing, Colonel Kininda, they forced Nthokozisi and Tumelo Madlala to open cases at Begitemba police station. Those cases were opened on the 18th of February 2020. How do I know this? I spoke to Tumelo, and Tumelo told me that, hey, Brigadier Perumal was here. They are going to take me for an ID parade. I said, oh, that's good. It means someone has been arrested. He said, we hope so. And he also said, even Kenneth Kininda is also his way coming. I said, okay, all right. Then later, when I called him, he didn't answer. Then the following day, he answered me. He answered me on WhatsApp. He said, hey, those people, they just took us to Begitemba police station. They made us to stay there for a long time, asking us questions. He didn't say to me that they forced them to open cases. But I only find out this because I worked at Begitemba before. Some policemen in Begitemba, they told me that some of the policemen came there with Nthokozisi and Tumelo, and they opened cases. They gave me the case numbers, and I also checked those cases. It's case 158 of 2020 and case 159 of 2020. Those two cases they open against Soweto Mandlans. Soweto Mandlans is the author of the book about Senzo's life. On that case, they opened a case of fraud. They said Soweto Mandlans wrote something that they didn't say. He lied about what he wrote on the book. That's what he said. They are doing this to Soweto. Some of the people they broke to Soweto Mandlans' house. They stole his laptop. They stole everything because they knew that Soweto took statement from many people and also from Tumelo and Nthokozisi. They stole everything that was going to be evidence. On that 18th of February 2020, Colonel Kininda and Brigadier Perumal also forced Nthokozisi to open a kidnapping case. They said Nthokozisi was kidnapped by Colonel Chelezi and Makubo. They took him to Johannesburg. But Nthokozisi was not kidnapped. Nthokozisi was taken by Colonel Chelezi and Makubo for investigation. They took him to a house where the incident took place. Because Nthokozisi said he was inside the house and the shot was fired and he went outside to jump over a fence. They took him to that house and they said, oh, okay, show us how did you jump? He couldn't. That's the only thing they wanted to do. Now they are lying that Nthokozisi was kidnapped. Why they are doing this now? Because Nthokozisi was taken on the 14th of January 2019, but Kininda and Brigadier Perumal, they forced him to go and open the case on the 18th of February. For the whole month, he's not opening a case. I think that's all for now.